A man can survive war, famine, and fire, but many have lost it all to a single night with the wrong woman. A woman's sexuality can be the most beautiful weapon and the most expensive mistake you will ever make.
Yes, it is, Jack.
Well, I'm quite flattered that you made your first appearance on my show. I really am.
In every touch, she hopes to find a love that feels like a dream unwind. But in the heat of the night, her heart still beats with a lonely plight.
You seen her at the bar, over there looking sexy. You guys locked eyes. She smiled. Riz time. You said a few slick lines, and the next thing you know, she's in your bed. Smack, 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 smack. Feels like a win, right? But what if I told you that some wins are actually losses in disguise? What if I told you that the easier she is to get, the more cautious you need to be? Let's break down the psychology of women who are easy to sleep with and what category you need to put them in. This video is not made to shame women, but this video was made to sharpen you.
Guys, if she's willing to give it to you that easy, she's willing to give it to anyone that easy. If it's easy to get her, it's also easy to lose her.
If it's easy to get her, it's also easy to lose her.
Let's be real. There are women who require no real effort, no real investment, no foundation of trust, connection, or shared values. Sometimes all it takes is a DM, a little small talk, a little riz, a couple of drinks before she's giving away what should be reserved for something or someone meaningful. But here's something you need to understand. How a woman gives herself away tells you everything about how she sees herself. And she'll give her body to any man who can make her laugh for 15 minutes or buy her a plate of food. That's not freedom. That's not empowerment. That's emptiness, dressed up as liberation. It's not about counting her past partners like you're keeping score. It's about her standard or lack of. It's about how quickly she folds, how fast she gives away something so sacred without testing a man's character, intentions, or long-term vision. When a woman treats her body like a handshake, she's not honoring herself. And if she can't honor herself, how can she possibly honor you? History is full of examples of what happens when intimacy is given away without restraint. Look at the fall of Rome. Historians like Edward Gibbon documented how the empire, once built on discipline, duty, and order, began rotting from the inside when access, lust, and moral looseness became the culture. Sexual access was treated like entertainment, and self-respect on both sides declined. Or take Samson or Delilah from the Bible. Samson had strength no man could match, but he handed his trust and his body to a woman whose loyalty was never earned. She sold him out for silver. Why? Because her values weren't rooted in love and respect, only in what she could gain in the moment. Even in modern history, high-profile men have lost careers, fortunes, reputation because they built their legacy with women who were never serious about building with them, only about taking from them. See, when a woman is easy, she's not giving you a gift, she's revealing a pattern. And patterns don't change when you put a ring on them. If she doesn't guard her body, she won't guard your name. If she doesn't protect her own reputation, she won't protect your relationship. So the question isn't, can I get her? The question is, should I want her at all?
In the quiet of night she holds close. Memories of pain now softly rose. Her touch upon her tears a stream, finding peace where her heart has been. In the arms that fold her tight and true, she finds the strength she's been seeking too. A gentle embrace, a tender kiss, coping with what life has been.
Problem. Us as women, as a collective, have become just way too easy.
Easy women often chase validation, not connection. They're not seeking to be truly known, they're seeking to be noticed. And here's the key difference. Being known requires depth, honesty, and time. Being noticed, that can happen in seconds. They want to feel wanted, desired, but not necessarily seen for who they are. Why? Because being seen might reveal the insecurities they're hiding. For these women, SEX becomes currency. Not an action of love, but a transaction, a quick exchange, their body for attention, affection, and resources. Sometimes it's not even about attraction, it's about leverage. If they can keep a man's eye on them, then they can avoid looking in the mirror too long. Here's the dangerous part. When you reward that behavior by falling for it, you're not proving you're different, you're proving you're the same. You've just joined the roster of every other man who's been there, done that, and left. And because now you're in that category, and there's no exclusivity, no depth, no purpose, the connection isn't built on respect, it's built on access. And access is cheap when it's given to everybody. The sad truth, some women are not easy because they're liberated or overflowing with confidence, but because they're deeply wounded. They move fast because they've been told, either by experience, family, or culture, that they're not worth waiting for. They've learned to trade their body because they don't believe their mind and their heart will keep anyone around. It's like putting a fresh coat of paint over a cracked foundation, or like ironing dirty jeans. It looks fine for the moment, but the damage underneath is still there. Sleeping around numbs the loneliness for the night, but emptiness always comes back. History has shown this pattern over and over. Look at the legend Marilyn Monroe, a woman adored by millions, yet privately drowning in insecurity and broken relationships. She once admitted, "I restore myself when I'm alone." Yet she kept seeking love through men who never truly valued her. Or Clara Bow, Hollywood's original it girl of the 1920s, whose beauty and charm captivated an entire era. But behind the scenes, her promiscuity and need for constant male attention were symptoms of childhood marked by neglect and abuse. Even royal history, Anna Boleyn, rose through charm, allure, and calculated seduction. But when the novelty faded, so did her protection, costing her her life. Different times, but the same psychology. When the driver is validation, not value, destruction always follows. And here's the part most men don't want to hear. You can't fix this with love, money, or marriage. If she's using her body to fill her soul, she'll keep searching, even when she's wearing your ring. Keep watching, and by the end of the video, I promise you we'll share what you should do with these types of women.
She dances close, her soul exposed in every kiss, a secret disclosed, hopeful eyes yet scared inside, wishing for more than just this sight. In search of love, she takes the leap through intimate moments. She does weep, hoping for a heart to keep. vulnerability makes her weak.
One, you need to realize this, guys. If she has a reputation in the streets, let me repeat this. If she has a reputation in the streets for the people in the back, she belong there.
She belong there.
Here's the truth. An easy woman will often reveal herself in the first few interactions, only if you know what to look for. Number one, she moves fast physically, but slow emotionally. She'll let you in her bed before she ever lets you in her heart. Physical intimacy becomes a shortcut to connection, but it's a shortcut that skips the hard, meaningful work of building trust. A woman who truly values herself will pace the relationship to protect her emotions. An easy woman will accelerate the physical part because that's the only currency she's confident in spending. Here's the historic parallel. Think of Cleopatra, whose legendary beauty and seduction captured Julius Caesar and Mark Antony. While brilliant politically, she often moved rapidly into intimate relationships as a means of influence, not emotional connection. It worked in the short term, but politically and personally, it left a trail of destruction. Number two, needs male attention like oxygen. If she's constantly fishing for compliments, posting thirst traps daily, and strategically showing just enough skin to keep the likes rolling in, you're not special. You're one of many. Her self-esteem has become tied to how many men are looking, not how many men are deeply valuing her. Here's a historic parallel. Lola Montez, the 19th century dancer and courtesan, built a career off captivating men with her beauty and scandalous performances. She thrived on constant male attention and validation, moving from one powerful patron to the next, never rooted in a single relationship. Number three, she avoids standards and boundaries. She never says no. It's not because she's easygoing, it's because she's used to lowering the bar. Standards require the strength to walk away, and easy women fear losing attention more than they value self-respect. Historic parallel. Many royal mistresses of European courts, such as Madame du Barry in France, survived by bending the whims of kings. Their influence often depended on staying agreeable and available at all costs, even if it meant sacrificing dignity or long-term security. Number four, trauma bonding or love bombing. Some easy women don't just move fast physically, they move fast emotionally on the same surface. They shower you with attention, affection, and words like I've never felt this way before, within days of meeting you. It's not genuine intimacy, it's a manipulation tactic to lock you in quickly. Once you're invested, they pull back, leaving you chasing the early high. Historic parallel. Wallace Simpson, whose whirlwind romance with King Edward VIII led him to abdicate the British throne, was known for intense, early charm and strategic emotional closeness. Whether by intent or instinct, she drew men in rapidly. But sustaining that connection was another matter entirely. If she give it to you quickly, who else has she given it to? The door to intimacy swings open with little effort. Understand, doors that open easily rarely open for one man only. Here's the hard truth that your father probably never told you. You can't build a kingdom with a woman who treats herself like common ground.
In the soft glow of a candlelight, she lets go her fears take flight. The warmth of his presence, a guiding star, leading her through the darkest hour. In the arms that holds her tight and true, she finds the strength she's been seeking too. A gentle embrace, a tender kiss, coping with what life has been.
1% of men today. You got your shit together. You're not needy. You're not pressed. You got money. You got status. You got the drip. You got the cars. Emotionally stable. You're educated. RP aware. You got options, bro. In abundance. Better options than her.
Better options than her.
So here's what you've all been waiting for. You could be kind. You could be respectful. You could even enjoy her company in the moment, but never confuse that for a future. An easy woman belongs in the friend zone at best. I might be being politically correct when I say that, but she at least belongs there. Not because she's evil, not because she's incapable of human worth, but because you cannot build something lasting on a weak foundation. Think about it. Would you trust a business partner who gives away all the company's secrets on day one? Would you invest your life savings with someone who treats value like it's disposable? Of course not. Well, I'm sorry to tell you, the same principles apply in relationships. If she's quick to give herself away without standards, she's showing you right now that loyalty, patience, and delayed gratification aren't her strong suits. Here's a quote my elders used to tell me. When someone shows you who they are, believe them. And I get it. A lot of us men grow up with weak men around us, and we don't know what to look for. But that's what this video is about. This page was made to teach men what the other men around them couldn't teach them. Historical parallel. The Roman Empress Messalina, wife of Emperor Claudius, Messalina was infamous for her infidelity and sexual excesses. Ancient historians wrote about her numerous affairs, even had a public competition with a prostitute to see who could sleep with more men in 24 hours. Claudius trusted her as his empress, but the lack of discipline ultimately led to her execution. Trusting an easy woman with your legacy can be a fatal error. Now let's get into what you actually want. You want a woman with discipline, because discipline is love in action. You want a woman with standards, because standards protect both of you. You want a woman with self-respect, because a woman who respects herself will respect you, your vision, and your legacy. History proves this too. The wives and queens who stood beside the great men weren't the ones who gave themselves away cheaply. They were women like Abigail Adams, who inspired John Adams through wisdom and loyalty, or Coretta Scott King, who stood with Martin Luther King Jr. through trials and triumphs, and her dignity amplified his mission. So here's the bottom line. An easy woman might give you a thrill today, but she cannot carry the weight of your future. So enjoy the conversation if you choose, but guard your commitment like your crown. Fellas, this is a heart-to-heart, cause I've been there. Fellas, stop confusing availability with value. Just because she's easy to get doesn't mean she's worth keeping. Not every woman you sleep with deserves your heart, your loyalty, or your future. Be wise, be disciplined, be a man who chooses on character, not chemistry. Because who you pick to build with will either elevate you or destroy you. And if you don't learn the difference between easy and worthy, you'll pay for it with your peace.